Wow, this is such a treat. I can't wait to show you what we're about to do. We haven't seen a comfortable bed for a good 24 hours. We've seen a lot of flying, a lot of airports, but oh, I can't wait to show you this.
Oh yeah.
Let's do this.
What does he say? You say thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. What have you found?
Straight into it. Airplane!
Wow, that was a long journey. You know what? Time to relax. Magic! This is so much fun. So we're staying in the Hilton. We're super excited to be hosted, and they've been super sweet, and they've even upgraded us to executive. This is so cool. We're on a layover, and this has really got me thinking about the best way to do layovers. So in the past, we've been totally die hard, sleep in the airport, and oh my goodness,
we've had some rough nights. Yeah,
really rough nights. Seriously. And sometimes you do that because of budget, or you do it just because that's what you do when you're a backpacker. And we've just been rethinking a little bit recently, and we've come up with 5 reasons we think you might need to rethink how you do layovers. Here we go, 5 things to make sure you do your layovers right. Number 1, how long do you have in the airport? Of course, you need to check how long have you got. If you've only got a few hours, of course, head around the airport, check the airport out. If you've got 4 to 5 hours, that kind of awkward amount, I would still stay in the airport and grab yourself a nice meal, a nice coffee. Once it starts tipping over into an overnight where you've potentially got maybe like 10, 12 hours and it's overnight, just book somewhere and have a good night. Number 2, how much did you save on your flights? We always try to get the cheapest flights possible, and that often means having a long layover somewhere, but the price difference is usually worth it. So do your maths in advance. Have a look, see if you're saving an absolute bomb by putting up for that layover, and then you book a luxury hotel and really enjoy the hotel too. It actually makes the trip a lot more enjoyable overall, and it's still costing you less than a direct flight. Boom.
Number 3, you need to think about how long your trip is. If you're backpacking around the world, then to be honest, what's a day or two's layover in an airport, a rough night's sleep, you'll catch it up. But if you're only going away for a week or two, and then that rough night in the airport knocks into like a few tired days of your 1 or 2 weeks trip, then to be honest, it's well worth taking a good room and getting a good night's sleep.
Definitely.
Number 4, I think I'm so tired I'm struggling to count.
4.
How many people of you are travelling? How many are sharing the room? Now you have to check out the occupancy. Some rooms limit the occupancy, so if you're travelling with a big group, be aware of that. But if you're just travelling with a friend, remember you can spread the cost across the group, which is great.
You can totally split the cost between 2 if you're travelling with a friend.
Yeah, which will make it cheaper. So
it works well for us. There's 3 of us now, and that's kind of what made us think it's more worth it as well.
We've got sleeping baby.
Shh, very, very quiet. Actually terrified he's going to wake up.
Yes.
Okay, keep going.
Number 5, finally, you need to think about your overall budget. When I say that, I'm not just whether you can squeeze it into your budget, but I actually think your budget is probably quite big. You're probably spending thousands of pounds on your trip. It's an amazing trip you've saved up for, you're looking forward to, and you want to make it count. And in fact, £100 on a room is probably not that much. It'll just get absorbed into the budget. You won't even regret it. You won't even remember that little bit of money. that made your whole experience so much better.
Yeah, and you can probably rejig your budget a bit to make it fit. And I just think it is totally worth it for shorter trips especially. I mean, it's a luxury, lovely thing to do on longer trips too, for shorter trips. And we've just really enjoyed this so far. We are pretty eager to get to bed, but I just want to quickly go through the pros with you. Okay, so just before we hit this very comfortable hay, I just want to go through the pros with you and just really hit home why it's seriously worth considering. As much as anything, we're just thinking, why didn't we do this sooner? I wish I could go back and go, let's just do this. Anyway, we're doing it now, and it's amazing. You get a good night's sleep. That is so valuable. I never mentioned it, but oh my goodness, this bed is so comfortable, and I can't actually wait to finish filming and go lie down. It is so soft and so lovely and so quiet and peaceful. If you want a gym and a swim, the Hilton has an incredible place to go for a swim. And if you have a strong gym routine, yeah, like I totally do, then you can hit a gym and swim, which is really nice actually, and it does freshen you up. And the thing we're probably honestly more excited about, the breakfast. We're really looking forward to a breakfast at the Hilton. This is going to be so exciting. We know that we can either go down and have the breakfast in the executive lounge, but we'll probably go and enjoy the bustle of the main place and actually see them making stuff on site and go have the breakfast before we hit our flight. And I just think a good breakfast sets you up for the day. Oh, and I love where we are. We are actually in the airport, which I think is so cool. And I've seen this a few places around the world where you actually get to stay in the airport. So we pretty much roll out of bed, have some breakfast, and
roll onto the flight.
We check in, we're checked in. It's just so cool. This is the best thing about layovers. I really wish we'd done this sooner. The bed is calling. Let's go. Yeah. Good morning.
Hear you. Good morning.
Put it over. You say, good morning. Hello.
That was brilliant.
Hello.
Wow.
Good morning.
You learned to talk overnight.
I think you might have done. Good morning.
Wow. Good morning.
Oh, mate. It's time for breakfast. Shall we go for breakfast? Oh, yeah.
Are you a hungry monkey?
Are you hungry? There's some food. Food. Breakfast. Oh, get some breakfast. Is that the aeroplanes? Can you say aeroplane?
Plane.
Oh, bless you. There we go. Can you see one? You see an aeroplane?
Plane.
Aeroplane. That's fun. It's so exciting. Oh, Teddy. Say hi. A kiss for Teddy. Yeah, lovely.
And I get to the high chair.
Thank you so much. Look at this. You have your own little corner.
So what would you like for breakfast?
Cream.
What would you like?
Oh, what, do you want any of these?
Oh. Oh, here we go.
Breakfast actually has something for everyone. Even when we first came in, we were greeted by toys for baby boy. I love the fact that you've got some local things. I noticed a kind of meats and cheese and bread and stuff like that, so you can feel like you're having a proper local breakfast. But then you've got I personally love American style breakfast. You've got things like pancakes, hash browns,
I want my food now.
maple syrup.
Someone's excited.
But look, baby boy's even been tucking into smoked salmon. I love this boy, he's just got such good taste. And then you've even got the things like cereal, the yogurts, the fruits, and oh my goodness, a range of drinks as well. I'm blown away by this breakfast. That was amazing. So we've got our coffees ready to go, ready for the day. I feel so refreshed and so up for this journey. You know, if I'd been sleeping in that terminal last night, I don't think I'd be feeling this fresh, this energetic, and this full of amazing breakfast.
Woo! Let's catch up flight.
Woo!